Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How you all doing? I'm doing pretty good. And 6 months ago today, I had Sac Decompression Surgery on my right ear. Um, and I haven't had vertigo, literally. I did have a little bit, I should say this, I did have a little bit a week ago, Saturday, but the doctor is pretty much convinced, and I'm convinced it's the ear infection I have in this ear because of the hole in my eardrum. It's causing infections. So I'm getting that fixed in January, but she thinks it has nothing to do with Meniere's. It's just the infection. And it was like a blip. It was a couple of minutes, if that. Um, but like I said, I keep a journal and I write down everything. I wrote it down. I talked to her. Like I said in the video I made last week, talk to your doctors. A conversation I had with the doctor. Um, that's why when you go, you have journals, so when attacks happen, tinnitus, whatever, and you can talk back to them. So she's pretty convinced that, um, and I am too. It's the infection, because literally I haven't had made this the first time 6 months, probably since the end of 2022, 2023. I have not had a major attack, major like longer than 2 hours or longer. Um, and it's been pretty good. I mean, as a lot of you seen um, pictures I posted this summer of me fishing and all that stuff and enjoying my life. Um, I wouldn't have been like that if it wasn't for that surgery. It was really, for me, it was life giving. And before someone asks, and I made a video earlier, I can't take beta histine. Um, I just can't, because my body produces an overabundance of histamine. Um, and I don't want somebody telling me what I have. Somebody already commented that. Um, I it's just the way I am. I'm not going to start digging into garbage, digging into stuff, and trying to figure out other things. I got enough on my plate right now dealing with this and enjoying not having vertigo. Plus I have my door open right now because I'm the only one home with my grandson. He's out there with the iPad, so you might hear him if I go long on this, but probably not. So yeah, it's been great, and I have tried the steroid shots and prednisone. I did not do gentamicin in this ear because I already tried it on this ear and I had a labyrinthectomy done. I'm deaf in this ear, hence my cochlear implant, which is getting better and better. After 3 months, I'm really starting to make out a lot of things now. Um, so yeah, I went the surgical route, and it worked for me. Now, like I've said before in other videos, I wouldn't tell people go to your doctor and demand you get this, or find a doctor till they do this. Everybody's different. I know people where this didn't work. Sac decompression surgery didn't work. Labyrinthectomy didn't work. So I know not everything works for everybody. And it's the same thing with beta histine, as I said in the video earlier today. It doesn't work for everybody. And some people can't take it, like me. So, I want to give everybody an update that, hey, the surgical route is what helped me. So if you're trying everything, I mean everything, surgery is always the last thing you want to do. You really don't want to do surgery. Even though these surgeries that I had this year, these two, um, they weren't that bad. I mean, this one, literally 4 days later, I was like, I gotta get out of the house, and I'm fishing. I was like, it wasn't even my doctor was shocked because she saw me. I didn't realize I was fishing down by her house. And 4 days later, I was fishing. And then when I had this, it was like 3 days later, I was out fishing. So the surgeries weren't all that bad for me. You can't, you do, she was shocked I didn't get any vertigo from either one of them. Dizziness, I did get dizzy. I always have dizziness, but no vertigo. She was shocked that I was fishing. I had surgery in January on my lower region. I'm just gonna say lower region. I don't get into it. I already did that in another video. And that took longer to recover from than these two. I mean, that one had me laid up like 2, 3 weeks. This one, I was, 2 days later, I'm like yelling at my wife, I want to go fishing. And she's like, no, you know. Um, so yeah, you got to find what works for you. But like I said, don't don't say the doc diagnoses you with Meniere's disease and start going, I want surgery, I want surgery. No, try everything before you use the surgery as a last result, last option, and that's what I did. And so, yeah, as far as the sac decompression surgery, I'm not going to do any more updates on it. 6 months, vertigo free. Obviously, it's working. If it changes, I'll make a video. But for now, I'm happy. It's been a wonderful 2025, even though it's been some rough. The one thing I will say about both surgeries, labyrinthectomy and sac decompression surgery, it takes away your vertigo. You still have every other symptom. You know, off balance. You still have tinnitus. You still have. I noticed somebody posted the other day about they had a labyrinthectomy. Is that the tinnitus doesn't go away, and that's true. It doesn't. And sometimes it can get worse. It got worse after I had it. Um, so yeah, all the other things, brain fog, all that, it doesn't go away. Only the vertigo stops, and I can live with everything else. I can't live with the vertigo. Well, I mean, I can if I have to, but I don't want to. Because like yesterday was a perfect example. I was telling my brother this morning through text, and I said, yeah, yesterday was just a bad Meniere's day. I still got this ear infection. It won't go away. Um, so yeah, it was just a bad day. He's like, I thought you didn't get vertigo. Well, no, I don't, but I get everything else still. I was walking like a drunk, tripping over the dog. I tripped over my son's girlfriend. I tripped over. Oh, it was awful. But I still enjoyed the day. Yes, it was awful. Um, so yeah, the only thing goes away is vertigo. That's it. So that's it for the update on the sac decompression surgery. Now we'll continue with more of the cochlear, which is getting better and better. Words are becoming clearer and clearer, and I've noticed a lot since the last mapping. I'm really starting to hear well. You know, um, the static that you get. I still get distortion, but the static that because the microphone's picking up everything that seems to have been subsided. So now I'm just picking up sound, you know, words, things like that. Um, yeah, if my 5-year-old grandson starts screaming and a granddaughter starts screaming and there's a bunch of people over the house, yeah, then it becomes a problem. But even that's getting better. So this is getting better. Like I said, could take up to a year, but they say I'm hitting every plateau that I'm supposed to, or every mark I'm supposed to, or Mac. People love to hear me say my Boston accent, Mac. It's supposed to. I'm hitting every Mac. Um, and so yeah, it's been good. So thank you for following my journey on the sac decompression surgery. Like I said, if things change, then maybe I will. I'll do a video. But as far as talking about it 6 months out, I'm okay. I'm doing great. And on that note, have a great day. Bye.